Hey you guys, I'm back for another video, and in today's video, I just want to talk to y'all about like family kind of like traditions, but in the negative sense. So I'll just give y'all the spiel or whatever the case may be. So with my family, we are very like we joke a lot. We do a lot of roasting. You know, that's just how we are, or whatever the case may be. But I've learned, like, over the years, like, even though that stuff is, like, made for fun and made to, like, you know, for laughter or whatever the case may be, after time period, like, passes, it kind of bothers people. So, like, when I was younger, I used to be like really skinny or whatever the case may be. I just had a fast metabolism. I was always active. So, you know, I was not the thick beach that y'all know today. Okay? So, you know, my family always be like, you're so skinny, you need to eat. I'm sure that any skinny people can relate. Slim people can relate. And they was always saying that or whatever the case may be. So I would eat a lot. And it was like, I wasn't really too much eating because I was hungry. I was eating more so I could kind of fit the mold of my family. Because all my family is like big bone, big, like kind of thick, whatever the case may be. So, or heavy set or obese or whatever the case may be. So like really I was the skinny one. Okay. So I didn't really realize that I was doing that until I got a little older. Like, why am I eating so much? Of course, it caught up with me. Obviously. It caught up with me or whatever the case may be. And I just learned to, like, eat the amount that I want to eat now instead of trying to, like, force it or whatever. So, recently, I went home for, to visit. And this was, like, maybe 3 visits ago. And, I walked in and they were like, you got big. You got fat. Like, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So, I'm just like, okay, I know. Like, the thing about it is, well, that wasn't more so of a joke. It was just more like trying to tell me something about me that I need to know about me because it's not me. Like, I don't know. My thing is, so what I said was like, okay, well, why? Like, I know I've gained weight. It's my body. This is the same body I look at in the mirror when I brush my teeth and when I'm showering, when I get out the shower, like getting dressed. This is the same body. I know my body's going through changes. Like, I didn't really get the fact that why I had to be told that. But they told me right away. Like, right away. Not just one, a bunch of them. Told me right away that I've gotten fat or gained weight or whatever the case may be, right? So then, like, I was kind of determined to lose some weight before I went back to visit. So I went home, you know, I was walking a lot. Me and my boyfriend or whatever, we were, like, walking with my son. And, you know, I started to get the pounds off or whatever. So I went back to visit. I think this was the time I dropped my son off. I think. I don't remember. But anyway, I went back to visit and I got nothing. When I say crickets, girl, crickets. And it was a noticeable change in my weight. And, fucking spider. I got no, like, nothing. So I was like, hello? Like, y'all not gonna tell me that I lost weight? Oh, I didn't notice the difference. And I'm just like, so I'm confused. Why do we do that? So, like, okay, living in it, you don't really notice what's going on like, what's negative or what's toxic about your family. But when you move away and you're by yourself for a while and then you go back to go visiting your family and you notice little things that you don't be dealing with because you don't live there. I live 700-something miles away, y'all. So all the stuff that I used to be in, I'm not in anymore. Like, you know, all the roasting. But the roast never be like, oh, your butt stink. But, like, you know, just saying random stupid stuff to, like, annoy you or whatever. It'd be real, like, oh, you're fat and you've gained weight and that's why your dad left you at 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really stuff to actually hurt your feelings. And when I was younger, I used to tell myself all the time, like, you know what? It's good that we do that because if anybody says it in the street, it won't feel like nothing and blah, blah, blah. But that's so not true. It's not true at all. Like, it hurts all the same. And it hurts even worse because it's coming from people that you care about. So, regardless. So, when I got home and I was just like, y'all not going to say anything about me losing weight? I didn't notice the difference. I'm like, okay. I was very calm about it and I was very, like, chill. I was just like, so why do you do that? Like, why do you do that? Why do y'all point out stuff that I already know about myself. Y'all make sure the negative is brought up like this. But the positive things like the weight change or the weight loss or, just like if my hair was a mess yesterday, do you tell me my hair looks, they don't tell you your hair looks nice the next day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to bash my family. I love my family. Don't not get me wrong. That's my dogs. That's my people. But it's just behaviors that I have learned that we have been doing for so many years that are toxic. Like, I was doing it to my son at some point, like, making fun of him for certain things. And I'm just like, when we moved, I'm like, that's wrong. I should not be doing that to him. I should not be telling him, like, oh, your hair looks a mess. He knows when he got up that his hair is lopsided on this side, girl, fluffy on that side. Like, if y'all see where I'm going with this. So when I asked, I was like, so why do y'all do that? Why when the positive things happen, it's not mentioned as fast as the negative? I don't get it. Oh, well, you did. I didn't really notice it, but I mean, I guess you did lose some weight and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, y'all have to stop that. Stop it. With me, at least. Like, y'all can do that amongst yourselves, but don't point out my flaws, because the thing about it is we know our flaws. Like, they always would talk about my feet are big, or like my voice is kind of deep, or whatever the case may be. Blah, 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 so on and so forth. And I had the big insecurity about my feet for a long time. Like, people in the street, like, I don't really care about stuff like that. But coming from family, like the people that I love and the people that I trust, it hurts. It's a different kind of feeling. Out in the street, people gonna say whatever they want to say. It's like, you can't do nothing about that, or whatever the case may be. So, just from going through that or whatever, I was just like, I'm not with it. Even with my voice, I was like, trying to like lower my voice and talk soft and blah, 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 what have you. But that's not me. Like, I want to be comfortable. I want to be able to say things the way I want to say them. With a bunch of different stuff. Like, anything that comes like, oh, well, you're trans, so you should do this. Go get your boobs done. Why do I have to get my boobs done? Like, why? Specifically. You should go get FFS, which is facial feminization surgery. Why should I go and get that? To appease who? To please whom? It's just not making any sense to me. I don't understand why people take so many digs at, like, who I am or what I got going on or my body changes, like, things like that. The stuff, I mean, like, I'm not going to... A lot of stuff gets to me, but a lot of stuff does not. Like, when people say stuff like, you still look like a man, like, okay. Like, the thing about it is this cis women, which is natural-born females, that have deep voices, big feet, big hands. They have chiseled faces. They look a little masculine. You know what I'm saying? A little masculine. Sometimes you be confused, like, is she a trans? And it be actual cis female. So the thing about that's what helped me with my insecurities, because the stuff that I'm insecure about, actual females go through the same thing. Natural-born females go through the same thing. So it's like I could be upset about it or I can embrace. So if you got stuff that you want to change about yourself, by all means, do what you need to do. Change. Do what you need to do. But if stuff that you cannot change, you accept. That's how you work through insecurities. You change what you can, you accept what you can't. Okay? So I didn't want no penis. Guess what I did? I went and changed it. Period. Right? I didn't want to live a life as a male because it just wasn't who I felt like I was or I am or whatever the case may be. So I changed it. I had big feet. So I tell myself, my feet are big because it's more better reasons to stomp a hoe. And it's better for stomping hoes. You understand where I'm going with this? Like, you have to make sure you make yourself feel good about yourself. Being tall, they used to say, like, you tall, you a big girl. That's a big female. Like, there's females, like actual born females that are taller than me. So what I told myself is, I never have to ask somebody to grab something from the top shelf for me. I'm only 5'10", but I never have to ask somebody to grab anything from the top shelf for me. I never have to worry about height requirements. I don't got to go through that kind of stuff. I don't got to worry about being intimidated by somebody that is, my height or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm like that. Period. Even with my hands, they're like, your hands are big. I don't really think my hands are that big, but they're like, your hands are big. The thing about it is when I slap you and your homegirls, because right now at this point it's really upsetting me and my homegirls. Like, if we cannot go to Bella Noche's, where can we go? When I'm slapping you, I can slap all of your face, not just pieces and portions. I can get you. You know what I'm saying? I can make things pop. When I'm snatching you, when I'm snatching hair, I can get a grip. I can do a George Jefferson. I can snatch a George Jefferson right off the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm not grabbing just one piece right here, maybe an edge or something. No, no, no. You're getting scalped. You're getting scalped. You understand what I'm saying? Even with stuff like I can grip things better, I can hold things better. Like when you're a server, which I was doing, holding those things with the smallest, tiniest hands is a little harder when you have a hand that can actually like, what's that? Matter of fact, let me get 3 of those. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things I had to tell myself. As far as my voice goes, I have cousins that have deeper voices than me, and they're like natural born females. Plus, I don't want to put in all that work just to change my voice to sound like I'm nasally, like, oh my God, hi, my name is Joe. Like, no. And no shade to the people that want to do that and do voice training and all that. Do your thing, girl. Don't be scared. I'm just not doing it because it's just not who I am. And that's just on big, big period. Okay? So it was just a thing for me when I went home and I noticed the change and the difference in things. I'm just like, okay, no. This has to stop. This has to go. So, I said something, I spoke up about it. Then the other day, like, we was in a pool, and I asked my sister, I'm like, do you see, do I have, like, anything on my face? And she was like, you got that bump on your lip. It was on my lip. It's, like, right here. I got a pimple because I was drinking soda. So when I drink soda, when my sugar intake is too high, I get, like, pimples on my face, which is barely. Like, y'all see my skin. So y'all already know what the vibes is. I don't really get pimples, so... I was eating real bad, fried foods, soda, juice, just not drinking barely any water at some point. But when I'm going through stuff, I like self-destruct a little bit, if that makes any sense. But we gotta stop that too. She was like, you got that bump on your face. And I'm like, I know there's a bump on my face, but why'd you have to say that? I don't understand why you had to go there. So now I'm not doing a thing where I'm getting mad or like trying to clap back. I'm just like asking like, what is the point? I want them to kind of feel stupid about pointing out obvious things that I should know already because it's my body. And then why are you doing that? Why are you pointing out things to make me feel insecure? Like to make me feel like, all right, don't look at it. I'm sorry. Like I get like that. I'm very self-conscious. So it's like when I know I have a bump, like I feel like I already know people are looking at it because I do that to people look, you got a brown spot on your tooth. That's probably where my focus is. Not that I mean to, but it's just like it caught my attention and it kept my attention. So it's just a thing that I'm working on or whatever. And so I don't do that with my son. I remember my son is a real one, y'all. Listen about Davion. Davion is a real one. So me and Davion, we were home or whatever the case may be, and we were at my aunt's, and they were like, my aunt came out there like, he needs to get his hair cut. Look at his hair. He looks a mess and blah, 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 so on and so forth. Davion was just like, well, then somebody take me to get a haircut then. And we was on the phone. This was later on down the line. I'm just like, he's okay. He's fine, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of made me upset because when I like sat and thought about it, I'm like, why did they have to do that? Like, he knows what's on his head. I know what's on his head. I know he needs a haircut, but it's COVID. So it's like, I'm not really like, we're not pushing it. He's not in school. Whatever the case may be, it's not like a super duper big issue or whatever. And then me and him was talking on the phone, and he was just like, I'm just confused why, if everybody had an issue with my hair, why nobody went and took me to go get a haircut. If those two had an issue with my haircut, why they didn't go get me a haircut? And I was just like, because, see, the thing about me is, I would have handled that differently at his age. I like the fact that we moved, and I was able to teach him, don't let anybody bring you down. If somebody says something about you or whatever, because I already know how my family roll. So when somebody say anything about you, ask them, run me my money then. If you don't like the way my clothes look, go buy me new clothes. I always say that to him. So I guess he just picked, that's now his new norm. So when it happens, he's just like, okay, well, take me to get a haircut. Run that coin and go take me to get a haircut, period. And that right there just was like, you know what, son? You were a real one. Because the thing about it is, I'm glad that he's better off than me when it comes down to this kind of stuff. So he's not as bothered as I was as a kid because I went through this my whole life, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's super duper traumatic or whatever, but it did cause some shit. It started some stuff. It changed my perspective on a lot of things. But moving away really helps me gather that and get everything in order. So I just feel like now we need to get to a point where it's like we have to stop that. Because I feel like our family is very, we're close. But I feel like a lot of stuff that we do is toxic, and it's like we hurt each other on a low. So like when we do go through stuff, it's like, boom. I'm super mad now. But why are you so mad? Because all this stuff done built up. You done been talking about me all week, and then now I feel like, you know, do you understand where I'm going with this? Like, I love my family. Do not get me wrong. Like, I'm riding out for them to the end of the earth. I'm popping off. I'm going in. I just want and wish that we can change some habits. It's just stuff that we've always been. Like, roasting, let's roast. But, like, let's not try to hit home, if that makes any sense. Let's not point out people's insecurities. If you know, like, I've never been, like, if me and my sister got into it and I'm going in on her. But, like, if we're just playing around, I don't be like, that's why you fat. Or that's why you big. And you're like, I don't do that to her because I know how it feels to mess with somebody's insecurity. Or, like, ugly people. I'm like, oh, you're ugly. Like, I'm sure they hear that all the time. Just hearing it from me is like, no, one less person to hear it from is better than hearing it from another person. If that makes any sense. I just want to come to y'all and talk to y'all about that because mental health is the thing, y'all. And I feel like we skip past it, we slide past it, we keep making it as a joke because everything is a joke. And what black people we have an issue with, therapy, therapists, you know, self-love, self-care, mental care, whatever the case may be, we have an issue with it. So I just want to bring light to it. Think about stuff that goes on in your family. Comment it down below because I do want to hear you guys is things that going on in your family that you noticed that was like, damn, this is toxic or this is messed up. Why are they saying this? Like, I'm hurt by this, but I'm going to act like I'm not because this is the family that I'm in. Comment down below if y'all have any of that kind of stuff or mental issues or whatever the case may be. Comment down below because I love that. Okay, y'all. All the videos at the top, make sure you guys click on those because past videos you have missed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe because you're not disappointed. Oh, turn the notification bell on. It is down here. Turn on to get everything that I post because my posts are on. I just want to say that I love you guys. Be through you. Bye, y'all.